As Dwayne Johnson once said, success isn't always about greatness. It's about consistency. Consistent hard work leads to success. Greatness will come. There's many other people I've listened to about the art of consistency, and that if you ever look at how nature, this is where I learned the power of consistency over anything else, is that when you look at how nature works, it is always consistently doing what it's going to want to get to. If you ever look at an animal that, and this may get a little dark here, but if you ever look at an animal that's injured, or there's a group of animals trying to take out one, right? They're going to consistently go at the animal until they get what they want or something scares them off. Plants do this, grass does this. Everything in nature is consistency. Look at, even with like ants, I always look at sometimes coming into a house and you try to stop them and they're consistently keep coming no matter what. Nature is the greatest example of consistency, because when you look at what it can do, and my best example is when you see like a plant break through asphalt, it finds that little crack and it consistently keeps working towards going up, 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 and then it gets there, right? This is how you want to show up in your life, especially starting a new year, a whole new clean slate, 12 chapters, 365 pages of what you want to create for yourself. This is going to be one of the biggest things that I'm telling you. If you just get consistent with it, it'll work. I remember hearing Tony Robbins one time say, if you look at somebody who works out 4 to 5 times a week consistently throughout a whole year, you can get an idea in your head of how they're going to look. Now, I disagree with that a little bit because nutrition is 80% body image, but let's add the two. Look, can you imagine somebody who eats clean consistently every single day, and they work out consistently every single day? How's their body image going to look? Let's change that. How about an athlete? They consistently work on their craft, building up their skills, strengthening their skills. Michael Jordan misses a shot, goes back and practices it. Stephen Curry, I think that's his name. Yes, 3-point shooter. Practices his dribbles all the time to try to perfect it as best as he possibly can. Never stops, right? Kobe Bryant, Tiger Woods. I can go on and on with these individuals that do the work consistently. And look at the greatness of what they became. If you want to achieve any percentage of greatness in your life, you are going to have to learn the art of consistency. Hell, I call it the law of consistency, because nature has shown that. Our bodies do it. It's a universal. It's across the board. It's a consistent thing showing up every single day. To me, when we talk about grind and hustle, that's the grind and hustle. It's not killing yourself. It's not working 24 hours a day. That's not how nothing in nature works. Go do me a favor and study really quick. I'll take you less than 5 minutes to look up the life of a lion, the king of the jungle. Look at how they live their life. That's what you want to become, but they're consistent in what they do. Consistency wins over and over. If you're consistent at your goal, your vision, whatever it is you're trying to achieve for 2022, if you stay consistent with that, greatness is going to come. You will achieve it. It's inevitable. It's law. Law of focus states that what you focus on, what you put your attention to, is where energy is going to flow. And the more you constantly put energy towards something, you keep putting it out there to that specific area, laser focused, manifestation's going to happen. It's impossible. That is the non-physical to the physical. These are the laws that exist. I didn't create them. I studied them. This is ancient wisdom, 5,000 plus years ago. Consistency wins every single time. So I'm challenging you. Choose one thing to be consistent this year and don't ever miss. Like your life depends on it. Hell, sometimes I got to use extremes, and this is going to be one of them. Imagine someone has a gun to your head and says, you need to do this consistently every single day, week, whatever that is that you're choosing, or else. That might give you a little bit of motivation, but sometimes you need the extreme to utilize. Some people go, well, it's a little dark. Well, then just get consistent with it. It doesn't matter. It's whatever works for you. But at the end of the day, You got to commit. That's the level you want to get to. Commit, be consistent, because no matter what, if you want to be great in life, it's just like boiling water. I won't get into the 212-degree thing, but one of the things I love about boiling water too is that you'll see the bubbles start to go and they just keep going and going and going and going and going. As long as the heat's applied, eventually that consistency of heat is going to do what? It's a no-brainer. It's going to boil the water. Now you may say this is simple stuff, but this is how you have to be in your life. You got to keep applying the heat, being consistent, and eventually that water boils. And when that water boils, that's greatness. So choose one thing, I'm challenging you, and be committed to it like no tomorrow. And if anything, commit to you have someone who's very close to you, someone who's very dear to you, someone who pulls those emotional heartstrings, and commit and say, hey, this is what I'm going to commit to. And I want you to hold me accountable. Here's what I'm going to commit to. And if you want someone who wants to even level up even higher, guess what? That's where coaching comes in. DM me consistency and we can have a conversation. But get consistent, because that is what's going to create your greatness. That's going to give you the life that you're yearning for and what you want to achieve. So one of the biggest things that is going to help anyone in any field, in any industry, be massive growth is by just being consistent. So have fun, get committed, and choose that one thing and do it as best as you possibly can without missing.